Hello, my friends. It's Matthew Street. Welcome to my channel. As always, I truly appreciate you being here. And folks, do you remember the excitement, the craziness of us Beatle fans back only, was it a couple of years ago now, year and a half, whatever, I can't remember, when we heard that Paul and Ringo were going to finish up Now and Then and release it to the world? Do you remember that excitement? I do. And I know all of you do as well, folks. Such an exciting time to get Now and Then, and we love it so much, and we are so appreciative that Paul and Ringo took the reins, took that final John Lennon song and finished it up. That was the song, though, as you know, that was supposed to be part of the Beatles Anthology 30 years ago in 1995, folks. Can you believe it's been that long since the Beatles Anthology came out? And those of you that remember the Beatles Anthology, as I do, know the excitement it brought to all of us as Beatle fans. Folks, I will never forget when I heard the news of what was coming that year. Whew. We were getting a 3-part television series on ABC, which was going to air on November 19th, which was a Sunday, part 1. Part 2 was going to be Wednesday the 22nd, and part 3 was going to be Thursday the 23rd of November, 1995. 6 hours long on ABC. I was beside myself that we were getting this great new series encompassing the Beatles' career. We all know how much many of us love the Beatles, the complete Beatles from 1982 in the early 80s. This was going to surpass that because this was authorized by the Beatles with their blessing, with their participation, with music included, footage included, unreleased stuff included. The end of part 1 on ABC, we were going to get the video and brand new Beatles song called Free as a Bird. Then on part 2, we were going to get the brand new video and song called Real Love by the Beatles, new song. We were going to be getting a 3-album series set of unreleased tracks with never before heard music by the Beatles. It was going to include Free as a Bird, Real Love, live stuff, outtakes, demos. I'm getting excited talking about this right now, folks, because if you were there, you know what I'm talking about, how exciting it was. A 3-part album series. Then we heard a book was going to be coming. In the words of the Beatles themselves, that was exciting. I'm beside myself. Then we were told that after all that, we were going to be getting this. We were going to be getting an 8-volume set on VHS, which was available at the time, which was going to include stuff not seen in the ABC special. So we were going to have this to look forward to, okay? Folks, I can't tell you the excitement, and you can vouch for me if you were there. This was like the second coming of Beatlemania back in 1995. I can't tell you the joy I felt that first night when we saw the first episode, and then the countdown began. You all remember it if you saw it. The clock started to count down at the end of episode 1, coming to Free as a Bird. Picture hearing that brand new Beatles song for the first time, like you did with Now and Then not too long ago. Picture the countdown coming to Free as a Bird. The big video was going to be shown. The song was going to be heard for the first time by all of us. Folks, I can't even explain to you. I'm fumbling and mumbling here because I was so excited and happy that this was happening and that I got to experience this in my life. I heard new Beatles music in the 60s, obviously, when I was a little kid, real time, when they were still together. But 30 years later, or 25 years later, after their breakup, to get this new release by the Beatles, Free as a Bird, and then Real Love. And now it's taken 30 years to get the third one, Now and Then. But anyway, let's go back. We're getting Free as a Bird, Real Love. Folks, I was so excited. I was so happy. And folks, a couple of days later, Volume 1, and here is my original, was released to stores of the actual audio. All the great unreleased stuff was coming. And here it was. on this 2 CD set, folks. I cannot tell you how excited I was to get this. And let me tell you a story about this. Anthology 1 comes out. I said I'm going to get it November 20th, 1995. And it was going to come out at midnight right on the 20th. My dad, God bless him, folks. May he rest in peace. He just passed a year ago this month. You know my dad if you've watched my channel. Oh, Dad, I love you. Dad knew Boston a little better than me at the time. He had worked up there before he retired. And I said, hey, Dad, before my kids are old enough and everything. I don't know why I didn't go with a friend, but I said, Dad, you want to go with me up to Boston on the 20th at midnight, Dad? And I'm going to wait in line because it was the only place close to me that was going to be selling Anthology 1 at Tower Records in Boston. And Dad said, sure, I'll go for the ride with you. I know where that Tower Records is. It's near where my building used to be, where he worked. I said, great, let's go. God bless Dad. We took the ride up to Boston for midnight. And when we got up there, he found a good parking spot. And he said, I'll wait here in the car to keep the parking spot. You go. I said, well, Dad, I just want you to know, look, there's a line out the door, down the sidewalk, waiting to get Anthology 1. He said, no problem. Take your time, Matt. Take your time. Enjoy. Thank you, Dad. And so I got out of the car, got in line. Sure enough, at midnight, the store opened up. We were all filed in. And folks, that's when I bought my copy with Dad of Anthology 1. And just to show you for fun, they were also handing out free posters that night to the first 100 people in line or something. And so here's my original poster. I know I should get it framed. Come on, Matt, you can put it up on the wall. Here is the poster I got with Dad of Anthology 1. I still got to get it framed. But anyway, God bless Dad. And folks, I cannot tell you, I could not wait. I got home. I had little kids at the time. Mr. Street was holding the fort, but I had some headphones and I went downstairs, and in the middle of the night, I listened to Anthology 1 and was in Beatle bliss heaven. Was it just beside myself with joy listening to that album. Years later, I was able to get it when it came out on vinyl. Here is my copy. And my copy happens to be signed by Mr. Pete Best, who plays on 10 tracks on this album. God bless Pete. He finally got his payout for being on an official Beatles record. Pete is on this record, and he signed it for me. So on my vinyl of Anthology 1. And, of course, later I got Anthologies 2 and 3 on vinyl. And I have them on CD and blah, blah. I love the Anthology. And I got the DVD years later when it came out. But we've never gotten the Blu-ray or 4K, whatever. Anyway, folks, let me get back on track here. So we're getting told now that, and I didn't pull mine out because it's so heavy. It's over there, though. I just forgot to grab it. The Beatles Anthology book was released years later, October of 2000. Finally, we got the Beatles Anthology book in the Beatles' own words. Wonderful book. You know the book. It's great. Well, now we've just been given word that, oh, and by the way, let me tell you about these things. This went 8 times platinum, #1. Volumes 2 and 3 also went #1. The Beatles had 3 #1 albums again in a row in the mid-90s. Not too bad for our favorite band, right? So I just want to put that in there. But the book came out in 2000, and now we've just gotten official word that it's been announced the book will be re-released later this year, November of this year, 2025, for its 25th anniversary. Now, why am I here? Well, last thing I'm going to say, and then I'll be out of here. I've heard rumors, folks. Now, this is just rumor, nothing official yet, but through the rumor mill, different little birdies that have been chirping in my ear have told me there are rumors that not only is the book, which has been officially announced, coming later this year, but that there is going to be attached to the book, or all attached together, whatever way you want to put it, the Beatles Anthology is going to be getting this brand new, updated, new release this year, later this year. The rumors are that it's going to be updated, that Free as a Bird and Real Love have already been remixed with that same technology used on Now and Then, that John's voice will be brought up better, instrumentation will be brought up better, everything's going to be better with Free as a Bird and Real Love. So if you know and love Now and Then and the way John's voice is on that, mixed with the other Beatles, it's been done already, I'm told, for Free as a Bird and Real Love. And it's supposedly mind-blowing how good they sound now. Okay? Just putting that out there. There is going to be updated and improved versions of what they could find and fix and repair on the material on the anthology albums, the music on here, better versions, etc., sounding better. That's what I'm hearing on some of the tracks. The film series is going to be updated, or has been updated, with improved, better footage. Okay? The film series is better now. Footage that didn't make this cut will now make the new updated cut later this year. And it's going to look wonderful, it's going to sound wonderful, and it's going to blow our minds. Birdies have said, but it's very rumor mill. This is going to be a massive, again, rumor mill. Okay, I got to keep saying that because, I don't know, the whole thing could blow up in my face. A massive Beatles campaign coming as this year progresses into later this year. Massive. This is going to be a big, huge Beatles push. This is going to be marketing, advertising, video releases, song snippet release. This is going to be huge, okay? I don't have like details or anything, but it's going to be gigantic. It's going to be updated film, updated book, updated albums. Campaign is going to blow your mind to push this, to push the Beatles to the world, to gather new fans, to pleasure old fans, to make us all happy and feel good and warm and fuzzy all over like we want to about the band we love so much. Folks, I know I'm going over my time a little bit here. I should have kept this to 10 minutes and I couldn't, but I'm just telling you, rumor mill right now, but I want to get word out there to you to start getting excited. Start wishing and dreaming and hoping that this is all going to be a reality, but it looks like it could be, folks, that the Beatles Anthology is getting the big re-release, 30th anniversary, deluxe, massive treatment we all dreamed and hoped for. Rumor mill. But I can't say where I get this info. I can't say where it came in, but this is just little tidbits that I'm putting together in one massive bowl, mixing it all up and getting it out to you to let you know what I think is going to be happening later this year. And if it all happens, wonderful, great, let's all celebrate together. And if it doesn't, I was wrong. But I'm just telling you, I think it's going to happen. I think this is what it is. A few weeks ago, I thought there might be a little smidgen of maybe we were going to get some early Beatles, like with the Beatles on a deluxe package. That has kind of been laid by the wayside right now. But it looks like the new info I'm hearing is that it's going to be the anthology and it's going to be huge. And the marketing and push for it is going to start in the next few months. So be ready. Love you all. Thanks for being here. And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.